Welcome to Hi, It's Me, Same Jeans, Different Scenes. I'm Kim.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we're here to bring you our podcast about everything which makes us and our friends, family and special guests the same but wonderfully different.
We hope you love listening to our stories and insights into our experiences, from how we viewed growing up to the direction life has taken us in adulthood.
Bonjour. Bonjour. Oh, you've got all.
Oh yeah.
You've got all continental.
Oh, actually, I should have said hola because I'm on a 130-day streak with Duolingo.
Are
Spanish.
you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You definitely should have gone.
Yeah.
Hola and not
Bonjour.
bonjour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that threw me completely. I was waiting to do the just plain old hi. Hi, it's me. So what's hi, it's me in Spanish?
I don't know.
Okay.
Bonjour.
C'est moi.
Oh no.
Bonjour, c'est moi.
I was speaking
In French.
Hola. Hola.
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm failing at Duolingo, obviously.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
I can order 2 beers, but then so can anybody who goes to
Yeah,
Spain
that's
for
true.
holidays.
That's true. That's
Yes,
true.
yes.
Cool. So, what have you been up to since I last saw you? I think weren't you going to your festival rave
Yes.
that was starting at 9, the very late hour of 9 o'clock?
Yeah. Well, no, it started at 1 in the afternoon.
Oh,
and it went on until 11 p.m.
Oh. Did you get there at 1?
No, we got there at just after 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We thought
Okay.
we won't get there for the very start.
No.
We'll get there for 2.
Okay.
It was really good.
Was it?
It was really good.
Okay.
It was a bit rainy when we got there, so we just had it was a very small site,
Yeah.
which was nice. But there were 3 little stages that they had split around the site.
Yeah.
We took our chairs. We took a little picnic.
Were you able to take your own drink, or did
Yes,
you?
you take your own drink.
Oh, okay.
So we took our
Did
own
they have a
drink.
bar there as well?
Yeah, they did.
Did
Yeah,
they have food?
yes, they did.
Did you eat?
No, we just took our own picnic.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, had some picky nibbles.
Nice.
Had some olives and some
Olives.
Spanishy
That's
ham.
not very ravey, is
I
it?
know. I did think of it a little bit. But yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
It was really nice.
Did you need your Barocca?
I didn't.
Oh,
No.
well done.
We lasted until 10. We left at 10 to 11. Just
Had
because
he finished?
No, we hadn't quite finished.
Oh, okay.
But we
You'd had
wanted to
enough.
get out of the car park because the roads around there are pretty.
I mean,
bad.
you're old when you're leaving early to get a car out of a car park.
I would say though, the average age of the people there were probably in their mid to late 40s. There were some definite 70-year-old looking people there.
Really?
There was some old people.
What kind of music was it?
Well, it was dance.
Oh, yeah.
There was a little R&B, drum and bass, R&B.
R&B.
And it was
That's
2
going
letters.
back to like the.
And it was 2 letters.
That's like a 90s
Yeah,
Brighton club for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
In the R&B room.
yeah. There was like a little D&B stage.
Okay.
It was all house dance.
Okay.
It was, yeah. But then we were talking and we were saying that actually, if you think like when we were 20,
Yeah.
there would have been probably 40-year-old people who were listening to that music, potentially going clubbing, 30 or 40-year-old
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
actually now, late 50s, mid 60s, probably
Yeah.
is.
I mean, maybe they weren't. Maybe they just looked 70.
Maybe they
because
did.
they've had a very
yes.
hard,
But
ravey
they
life.
were dancing.
I bet they were.
They were dancing more than me
They were-
as well.
Still popping those pills, probably.
Well, yeah, actually they were. Yes.
Were there a few Gurners?
There were a few Gurners. There was some it was very funny towards the end of the night. So we moved our chairs to the main sort of stage.
Yeah.
We moved our chairs to sort of the back of the tent,
Right.
outside of the tent,
Yeah.
to just watch everybody.
Okay,
And it was
yeah.
the funniest experience in a long time.
Yeah. Just watching people.
all of these people in their like 50s and 60s, obviously off their tits and stuff. Yeah, it was very funny. We had a few nicknames for people. Like there was definitely an HR director there who
Right.
was who was doing her stretches because she had a bit of meeting on Monday morning and didn't want to have a dodgy back.
Oh,
So she was
okay.
doing a few like sciatic stretches.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just very good. It's very good.
Oh, good.
Good fun. John Peacewoman, I nearly cried when I saw him.
Oh, because you finally.
Yeah, well, so we're sat there and there was a DJ on before him who was really good.
Yeah.
And then Piers was like, oh, he's here. And I was like, no, he's not. It's not 9 o'clock yet. And he was like, yeah, he is. Look, he's over there with the hat on. And he was like stood with the DJ. So he was there from probably about 8:30.
Okay.
In the sort of DJ section.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to cry.
Oh.
I didn't get close enough to him to take a proper photo
No.
of him, but it was good.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's really
That's
good.
cool. So you've
Yeah.
That's it. You're done now.
Tick
You
the box.
finally
Yeah.
got to see
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
kind of you saying about that. Well, actually, me saying about leaving early to get in the car. That actually reminded me a little bit of when we went to see Chase and Status
Oh, yeah.
in May,
Yeah.
because obviously we'd gone down to Bournemouth to see them, and I wasn't drinking because I was going to be driving home, and we did leave slightly before.
We left on the last song.
We left on the last. Well, what was supposed to be the last song,
Yeah.
so that because I could get the car out of the car park and
we got
drive
out
you
of the
home.
car park very easily.
We did get out of the car park very easily, but then I think then it finished. Obviously, like while we were literally coming out of the car park, and then there was just those like hordes of people, and it made me think about all the times when I've been like really drunk at a gig and like leaving, and when it's just like. Obviously I was in the car and people are just like walking into the road and people are crossing the road and it's just never ending, and I just did think, I feel a bit sorry for all the people that I probably didn't walk out in front of people, but like when there's tons of people crossing the road and no one cares, they don't give a shit. And actually because I wasn't drinking, you think you only had like 1 drink or 2 drinks, didn't you? And obviously because that was a very drum and bassy night, there were some characters. I mean, there were people that didn't even get in; they just got kicked straight out. Because they got the old sniffer dogs. Stopped at their feet.
But it was a really good night, wasn't it?
It was a really good night.
I did have to rely on my loop earplugs though to drown it out a snatch.
Yeah, and I gave them a go, didn't I? And I was like, oh yeah, I wish I'd got some of those, because it did make a difference. Like you could still hear the music, but it wasn't deafening.
No, and I didn't have ringing ears the next day either.
No, I mean, I don't remember whether I did, but I think at least the second warm up act, I was like, I don't feel like this is really my.
Did you just want
thing.
earplugs to drown them out?
I mean, yeah, actually, so probably they wouldn't have been any good because they weren't really my bag.
No. They were the ones that Lily really wanted to see.
They were the ones that Lily really wanted to see, but probably the clues in the name. 4A, what were they called?
4am
crew
with a K.
Yeah,
4am crew with a K,
something like that. And they were too much. They were making me feel a bit anxious actually, and because one of them.
He didn't stop bouncing around.
He didn't stop bouncing around. He looked like he weighed about 5 stone.
Yeah.
With his top off.
Yeah.
But no, they actual Chase and Status were really, really good.
Were really good.
And they're one of those like it's like I kind of forget how many songs of theirs that I know and that I like.
The older stuff.
The oldest, definitely the older stuff.
Yeah.
But no, that was like a really.
Yeah.
They were really good. It was a really fun night.
It was a good night. Yeah.
And actually, for us. A bit of nostalgia, isn't it? Because we saw them at the Bournemouth International Centre, and actually that was where we both went to our very first gig ever, wasn't it?
We were seated though. We were seated.
No, we were seated. We were with Mum because Dad was sat in the car park.
Yeah,
asleep.
Yeah,
and it would have been. What year would it have been?
Oh,
it was for wasn't it for your birthday?
No.
Didn't we take someone with us?
Yeah, we took a friend of mine, Rachel, I think.
Yeah.
I want to say that I was probably 14 or 15.
What do you think you were that old?
Oh, I don't know now.
Well, anyway, it was...
I probably had my curly perm.
You will have had your curly... It was,
I don't know now.
It was the classic rock group, Extreme.
Yeah.
More Than Words.
Yeah. They were very good.
They were very good.
Very good.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, we were. That was
we were up in
a different experience. Mum probably wished she'd have had some loop earplugs on that day.
I think Mum probably wished she'd had a couple of gins and some loop earplugs.
Did we literally drive down, or did Dad literally drive us down to Bournemouth and then drive us home afterwards? We didn't stay, did we?
I don't know. I feel like he probably did drive us back.
Yeah, didn't stay the night. We just. I don't
think he would have. I don't remember staying over.
No,
which is probably why he was asleep in the car.
Yeah,
because he'd probably worked until he'd probably worked the day before.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a Bournemouth giggy nostalgia, wasn't it?
Yeah, we have over the years tried to do a bit of live music, haven't we?
Yeah.
We haven't done it for a good while.
No. We've done a couple. Well, we've tended in the last couple of years. We've got like tickets and things to go with Dad somewhere, haven't we? We've taken him to some some music things.
Well, the last thing we did before Chasing Status was that when we went to the O2 at Oxford
and in upstairs. It was a Deep Purple tribute act.
Was it?
They were very, very. Everyone could have done with loops, earplugs.
They were
that time.
Loud.
They were very, very loud.
Yeah.
And actually, the time before that, where we were downstairs in the O2, and I can't remember who it was. It was a guy. Yeah.
No,
where our drinks were bouncing off the
downstairs at the O2. You thinking of Brixton?
No.
Downstairs? I don't remember going downstairs in the O2 before.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
I don't think I've ever been into the O2. That was the first time I've ever been to the O2.
Oh, really? Well.
My drinks, it wasn't some...
Oh, it was sub 89. Yeah, you're right.
In Reading.
Yeah. But our drink, that was also very loud. And our drinks, somebody's lemonade got bounced off because the bass was so...
that was some other rocky...
That was like a guitarist from...
Oh, yeah. That was a Deep Purple guitarist or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, Dad does like his...
He does like his rock,
Planet. He's a Planet Rock
lover. Yeah, it's funny because I don't ever remember him being a rock lover when we were younger.
No. I don't... Chris Rea, Dire Straits.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
They're like soft rock, aren't
soft
they?
rock. He's gone quite hard in his old age, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, definitely...
Maybe if he's gone a little bit deaf, he can cope with the hard rock a bit more.
Yeah. So he does have he has a bit of a genre, doesn't he? That he likes. Yeah.
So actually, I reckon I've probably gone to see more. I've gone to see more stuff with him gig wise recently, and because I took him to that Glastonbury calling, which was really really rock. One of them, it was so definitely could have done with some loop earplugs because it was so loud. But that was quite nice. Just like it was like a mini, almost like a mini bunk fest in Glastonbury. So only like 3 or 4 venues. But yeah, I do like getting to a music, even if it's not like somebody that's like my favourite artist. I quite like going and seeing different people, and people that you don't necessarily know, or something that somebody else recommends. I think that's I quite like doing that as a bit of a night out, or day out.
Because I don't have a particular favourite genre of music.
Right.
I don't think. I like different things.
Yeah.
I tend to feel that I like the song.
Rather than a genre.
Yes. Rather than the band. If I like, I might not like any of the songs from a specific band, but one. So I tend to be a song lover.
Yeah. I'd say I probably agree because I love listening to music, and I will often like listen to Spotify and have like a playlist that's like any song that I like, basically. So I've got a liked songs playlist that I just add.
Shazam, have you Shazammed loads of stuff?
I Shazam stuff, or if I just know of, and I think, oh yeah, actually, I remember I like that song. I'll add it to that playlist. So it's got like some it's got like Rolling Stones, and then it's got like Kasabian, and then it's got like Kosheen. It's it's got and then there's some like folk stuff on there, so it's got a massive mix, and then that's what I'll just listen to, and it tends to be varied, and sometimes it's the case where it's just like it's one song. And do you ever get it where you there's a song that you really, really love, and then you go and listen to their other music and you're like, oh no, that's all shit. I don't like that. You're like, how can I absolutely just think this one song is amazing, and then they've got nothing else that you like. I always feel a bit disappointed with that. But it kind of makes me laugh. It's just like, how is that possible? But it is.
I'm a song lover. But having then said that, if you were to ask me what's my favourite song, I don't have a favourite song.
I would agree.
Or it would change. If you said to me, what are your top 5 songs? I'd give you top 5 songs now, and in a year's time, they would be completely different. I don't think I have got a favourite. I mean, there are a couple of like dancey songs that I really like from when I was younger. That I would probably say, they're probably up there with my favourites. But no, I don't.
I often find that I can't remember. Somebody will be like, "Oh, what's your favourite song?" And I'll be the same. It'll be like, I don't know. And then I can be racking my brains, and I'll be like, I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything I like. And then often I'll go through either my liked Spotify list or Shazam and be like, oh yeah, and then I feel like an idiot because I'm like, well,
it's not your favourite.
It's not my favourite song if I can't remember it. So. So I guess I'm the same. I don't have one. And when because often people now will put on like when they're getting married or they're having parties, or not necessarily weddings, but if somebody has a party, they'll often as like a guest list thing ask everybody for a song, to get people. What's the song that will get you up on the dance floor? And I can never think of one for that either.
Oh yeah, Whitney.
What?
Right.
I mean, well, yeah, but I mean, I think
gets you up on the dance floor.
I mean, but I haven't thought of that song in ages.
No, I'm surprised you haven't.
No, I know.
Yeah. I actually have been listen to the radio quite a lot now.
What radio do you listen to?
History.
Yeah. But then history is like it's like old school, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But their old school could be like from like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, but it's like that's true.
It could be a massive. Yeah, it could be a massive. But also because whenever I'm in the car, I'm only in the car for about 15 minutes, so I just stick it on and.
I do like Six Music because and often stuff that's on there is new. So I've actually heard, come across new people or just new songs in from that. But I think like my DAB radio doesn't work in the car, and my actual physical DAB digital radio is broken. So I don't tend to listen to the radio. Although actually you can get it on your computer, can't you? So maybe I should try that.
You can get an app, can't you?
Yeah, BBC Sounds. You can get all the radio. But I think I would be more. I'm either more likely to listen to the radio or my liked songs on Spotify. Or have you ever listened to on Spotify, they create a playlist for you. I quite like those, and actually that's quite good for finding new music. Because they'll often give you.
Is that the daily mix?
The daily mix, and there's like a weekly one as well that they do on a Monday. Or they'll do like a genre mix for you. So they'll take what music you've got on your thing, and they'll do those songs. They'll do different songs by the same artist, and then they'll do stuff that's like similar. So I actually quite like that as a
They did have, and I don't know if I've seen it on there recently. They used to have the Spotify DJ.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever see that?
No, but they've updated it, haven't they? They've updated
a little AI
Spotify
thing where it would go through your music and then it would play stuff that it thinks you would like. so mainly new stuff.
Right. I think what they I don't know if it's if you're listening to a playlist and you've got it on shuffle, there's an AI shuffle mode which intersperses your songs with stuff that they suggest, which I didn't realise for ages. And I accidentally had it on that mode, and I kept thinking, I haven't got this song on my like list.
Yeah.
Where's this come from? And then
that's good.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like it because I was like, I didn't. That's not on my like list.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I'll have a little look at that then.
But that kind of makes me think a little bit. Just, you know, we're talking about apps, and we're talking about, you know, digital radio and all these different radio stations and AI, Spotify, and actually, back in the day, we would have been listening to Radio 1 on the radio, recording it illegally on a cassette, you know, pressing play and record at the same time, and then pausing it when they when it was the talking, because they would always talk over the start and the end, wouldn't they, to really fuck it up for you.
And then I always used to get Mum, because Mum used to do shorthand, to listen to the songs for me and write the lyrics down. So she'd have to do it in her shorthand.
Yeah.
Then I'd have to get it
translated,
convert it into longhand.
Because that would have been like that would have been a Sunday top 40 on a Sunday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that in our bedroom
in the bedroom. Yeah. In the loft.
Doing that, getting told off for stomping.
Yeah.
Just dancing to the music, getting told off for stomping.
I mean, that was like.
I probably was actually stomping.
Yeah, you probably were.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like 30. Well, it was 30 years ago now, wasn't it? So things have changed.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
And that, talking about that, how it's changed, makes me think now also about like the music that is available to youngsters now, because obviously I've got Nelly, who's 8. Like, I mean, when we were 8, everything was completely tame. There wasn't kids' music as such. We would listen to adult music, really. I mean, Kate Bush was my favourite.
Well, we would listen to what we were allowed to listen to, or what we had. And actually, we had the Now. Vinyl.
The Now.
Now, I think Now 5. We found in the loft, didn't we?
Yeah.
When Mum and Dad moved house, so and that was like a yearly. That was like the best songs of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That they released. So that was on vinyl,
and that's what you listened to.
And that's what we'd listen to.
And it was all very tame music.
Yeah.
Like now, even though it's like radio edits of songs and things and the language isn't bad, I still do feel a little like the content of some music that Nelly is drawn towards isn't the best. Or generally, I think it's got a lady singing it. It's got a nice tune. The tune is good, and it's a singy one.
Yeah.
But a lot of it isn't particularly tailored towards kids now. There's no. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is me, and I don't listen to enough current music as such. But like Sabrina Carpenter, somebody that Nelly would listen to and says she likes.
Right.
A lot of the content of her songs are not PG. Really.
Is it? I mean, I don't listen.
Oh,
really
yeah.
Maybe I've heard.
If you read the lyrics, then yes. Then, I mean, kids. That's what I was thinking. Is it when they're listening to the songs, they do not understand the context of what they're singing?
No,
they can sing the words and they don't understand the context behind it. So is that okay then for them to listen to it because they don't understand the context, or should we not be letting children listen to songs like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
if they go around, but also if they go around singing
it's not that it's not context. It's just the content is more adult than they should be listening. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Right. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Taste by Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to it all the time.
Right. Okay.
And I know all the words.
Okay.
It's essentially about a girl who split up with a boy who's gone back to his ex-girlfriend.
Right.
And how she's saying that when you kiss him, you'll be tasting me.
Oh, yeah.
And like one of the lines is, he lays you down on the carpet, something about does paintings with his tongue.
Oh, that's making me cringe.
So if she would sing that, she would understand what that means.
No, she wouldn't. But I don't think
so should she.
I don't think
be
she should be.
That?
I don't think she should be singing that.
No, but it's stuff that's on the radio.
Yeah,
I mean, she's not singing it.
No.
Fair. And then there's Chapel Rowan, who I really love.
Yeah.
Again, she sings some of her songs.
Yeah.
Which is obviously about being gay and queer and whatever.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't have an issue with her knowing about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But and again, she doesn't understand the context.
No.
So it's really there's no S Club 7.
No, but
Steps.
No, but do you know that as soon as you said that, do you know the song that I immediately thought of?
What?
Colour Me Bad, I Want to Sex You Up.
Yeah.
And
but that wasn't a kid. I know it wasn't a kid song.
No, yeah, but we were listening to it. I don't know how old we would. I mean, how old would I have been? Get on the Google.
I'm going to Google it.
That and actually, one of the reasons why I immediately thought of that is because when I was driving home from Wales on Sunday, there was like a Radio 2 had like a quiz thing.
Yeah.
That whoever it is, Paddy McGuinness was doing.
Yeah.
And that was one of the questions. Basically, it was like who was the artist or what was the song or something like that.
Yeah.
And so have you just seen what year it was? But that would have been a song that we would have sung. I want to sex you up. Like, what? I mean, I don't actually even really know what that means.
No,
but
it's just what sex you, isn't it?
Well, I want to sex you up.
I think it's 1991.
So I would have been 10. So, like, I shouldn't really have been singing that, should I?
I was 13.
Yeah. So actually, there has. I mean, maybe perhaps there's more of it. It's more in your face, but that would have just been a song that was probably on the radio. Like, we would have only heard it on the radio, wouldn't we?
And actually, there was another song. I can't even.
I mean, there's probably lots.
There probably is a lot of songs,
but maybe they're more. Maybe they are more explicit now.
Yeah.
Like "Sex You Up" isn't really that.
Well, I mean,
bad, is it?
Well, is it any different to licking paintings on people?
I don't know. Well, it's just more graphic, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's more graphic.
Yeah.
And I was actually thinking about. I mean, who sang "I'm Horny, Horny, Horny"?
Yeah. Yeah. Moose T.
Moose T. You know, so
yeah. What was that one with Tom Jones as well? Didn't he do something?
Sex Bomb?
Yeah, Sex Bomb. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just saying there's no Steps. There's no S Club 7 anymore.
No.
There's no Kylie and Jason.
There's no Kylie and Jason.
No Sonia.
No.
There's nothing really.
It's not about love. It's about
licking and licking and stuff.
Licking and stuff.
Yeah.
But so talking about like favourite songs, blah 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 blah. I read a book at the weekend, and it was like a crime book, like a horrible murdery crime book. But it had like a backstory or whatever they're called, like a whatever that word is. When there's like a second story thing.
I don't know what I mean.
And basically the lead character in the book, where he had been given, I mean it's quite an old book, so he'd been given an iPod. An iPod by his wife.
Yeah.
And credit to buy 100 songs on iTunes. So she was like, happy birthday, create a list of the 100 best rock songs. So it was kind of like this running theme throughout the, as a backstory for this crime book, where he would have this list and people would be suggesting songs to him, and he'd be like, "Oh no, that's rubbish." And then he'd had like more than 100, so he had to basically have exactly 100. And it really made me think like, oh God, if I had to pick like 100, because he got into that bit of, does he have to like limit one song per artist, and then if you've got like an artist that you really like, how do you just limit it to one song? And it was really interesting because it just kind of made me think, oh yeah, imagine if you had to go through and not wouldn't be like necessarily rock songs, but like 100 top your top 100 songs, like actually.
Well, after what we've just said, I think it would be very hard because I have different songs that I like at different or like I say 5 years ago, the songs that I liked would be very different to the ones they are now.
Yeah, and like in the book, he'd have his 100, and then he'd suddenly he'd listen to the radio and he'd hear a song and he'd be like, oh my god, I'd forgotten about that. This needs to be in there. So then he'd have to remove one, and it was just
because if he only had credit for 100 songs, he'd have to make his list.
Yes,
and before he bought his songs. Oh yeah.
That was what. So he basically had them written on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
and he'd be going through it.
We do this thing. We play a little game that's called Would You Rather.
Oh yeah.
And one of our questions was something along the lines of,
who's we?
Well, as a family.
Oh right.
When we're bored.
Yeah.
Would you rather?
Yeah.
And one of the questions we did was, would you rather only ever listen to the one same song for the rest of your life?
Right.
Or would you never listen to the same song ever again? So would you rather only have one song that you only ever listen to, so your favourite song,
or never be able
to listen to the same song ever again? So if you
listen to what? Yeah, more than one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you listen to a song and you go, oh, I like that, but you'd never hear it again.
Oh, I'd do that because at least you've heard it once.
I think I would do that as well.
There are lots of songs that I can listen to repeatedly, but I don't think I could ever just only ever listen to there's nothing song. There's no song that I could only ever listen to that song again.
No.
So or that'd be upsetting if you heard a really good song.
And then you knew you were never going to listen to it.
Then you knew you were never going to listen to it again. But you got to hear it once.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
Better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. It's very, very similar to that.
That is very true. That is very true. It is.
I think it's kind of making me feel like we should set ourselves a challenge, like a song challenge.
What sort of a song challenge?
Like 100 top songs song challenge.
Did you ever do that thing during lockdown that was going around on Instagram where you had 30 days and each day was a different theme and you had to pick a different theme to go with that song?
No,
lie. Each day you got a theme and you had to pick a song to go with that theme.
Well, like what?
Right, let me have a little look on my Instagram because I think I've got it saved. Yeah, I think I've got it saved as a highlight.
Oh, okay.
On my Instagram.
Yeah, that escaped me.
So
that must have been when I was drinking a lot of red wine.
30-day song challenge. So I'm going to have to take my glasses off to see. So each day, as I say, was a different theme.
Okay.
And you had to pick a song. So
that represented that theme for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one. So for example, day one is a song you like with a colour in the title.
Oh, okay.
And so if I were to do that now, it would probably be a completely different song.
Yeah.
Song 2 is a song you like with a number in the title. Then a song that reminds you of summertime.
Okay.
A song that reminds you of somebody you'd rather forget.
Oh God.
So there's 30 of them, and I think I did all 30. What did I do?
Oh, that's quite cool. Because that would make a good playlist.
Yeah. So I've saved it.
Did you make it as a playlist?
No, I've just saved it saved it on my highlights on my Instagram.
Should we do that? Should we each do that? I mean, that's a bit easier than 100 top songs.
Yeah.
Should we do that and then
do it again?
Well, we'll separately do it,
and then
we
each day
like compare.
Yeah.
So we can start in July.
Yeah. So obviously this was April 2020 I last did this.
Right.
So one of them was quite funny that day 4 was a song that reminds you of someone you'd rather forget.
Right.
And I put the theme from Neighbours, but I put a little caveat that said, not a song related to someone, but we had a nightmare neighbour once that I'd rather forget.
Oh.
Then it's a song that needs to be played loud.
Oh,
I need to try and find a song that makes you want to dance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, should we do that?
A song to drive to. Guess what I put there?
Basement Jacks? Red Alert?
Yeah.
That's a song not to drive to.
I know. So I'll see if I can find it.
Or maybe find a different one, because now...
Yeah, but it was 5 years ago that I last did it.
No, but that will still be the same.
Yeah. I did, what was that one? A song that makes you happy. Song, I can't even read it, it's all blurry. It's got blurrier as the days have gone on, but yeah.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
I can set ourselves a little music challenge.
A song you'd love to play at your wedding. Song, yeah, it's good. I've got loads of... Oh, what's this one? A song you'd like to duet with somebody on Karaoke, and I've gone Whitney Houston.
Oh, which one?
Don't know. Doesn't say.
Oh.
I think I missed that day.
Oh.
Yeah, I skipped that day.
Oh, okay.
But I just put Whitney Houston's.
Oh.
A song from the year you were born. I think we should do this one.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Sorry,
one.
I got a bit carried away.
Yeah, you did.
Reminiscing on.
I feel like you forgot we were doing a podcast.
Yeah, I did.
You just went off into your own little.
I could have just stayed the whole day looking at all of those.
I half imagine you just start scrolling through your Instagram.
I very nearly did. Always message me.
You forgot what we were doing.
Well, yeah, you know.
Back in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't over the years. I was saying we've done some good gigs, haven't we?
Yeah.
We did 2 at Brixton. O2 Brixton, which were really good.
We did the XX, which were amazing.
Yeah.
That was a really, really fun night, wasn't it? That was one of our first actual sister
it was,
things, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we did Bastille, I think, didn't we? And we took Lily.
Yeah. And we keep looking for something again at O2, don't we?
I really like Brixton.
The venue is such a cool venue.
I really, really like it as a venue. I haven't looked in a while, actually, but I feel like it's kind of like a wintry. It's more like a wintry thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I think when I looked a little while ago, Chapel Roan was playing there. Although actually now thinking about it, it was last September, and I thought, I could get Lily tickets, but it just didn't work. It was too soon.
Yeah.
I was looking and it was like in a week or something, and it just wouldn't have worked.
I always find that.
Yeah.
Because when there'll be like somebody that I really like, and I'll be like, I wonder if they're playing any gigs.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or it was like, it was like
last
3 weeks ago. And I'm like, so actually, one of the good things with Spotify is that you can set up where they send you notifications if people that you like or whatever are
playing near you.
And I think they do it quite early, so you actually do get a chance to.
But getting tickets for gigs and concerts and stuff is such a ball ache.
Yeah.
I find it a massive scam trying to get tickets for stuff.
Some stuff, yeah.
Like when we tried to get tickets to see ELO for Dad for Christmas.
Oh, that was a nightmare.
Oh, that was just my biggest dream, was to get, because I quite like a lot of ELO songs, and Dad really likes them.
Yeah.
And we were going to take him, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we couldn't get the Hyde Park tickets because they were just too expensive, and he wouldn't want to stand up.
No.
So then it was like, they're playing at Birmingham, amazing, let's get tickets.
Yeah.
And I was in the queue.
We were both in the queue, weren't we?
Like, way before it opened.
Yeah.
And then it opened and it just went absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're gone.
Yeah.
You get in like 2 minutes afterwards, or it takes you an hour to get in.
Yeah.
And they're all gone.
Because
it's such a scam.
They're supposed to have they're supposed to have put in extra stuff to prevent like bots going in there and buying up loads and then selling them on for whatever. I don't
think they can.
No,
I don't think.
But a lot of places, or a lot of whether it's the venue or the promoter, I don't know. But in a lot of cases, like you can only resell music tickets through certain vendors, and then they cap, which I actually think is right. Then they cap how much you can sell them for. Like it's like face value, or I've sold tickets recently where you were able to sell them for a bit extra, but only like 10%.
Yeah.
So nobody's making money. Well, no, you're kind of like you're covering all the booking fees and whatever else you might have paid for, and then maybe I think I got like £4 more.
Yeah.
So it's because then there's no incentive for people to buy up. Tons of tickets and sell them on.
No. When I was looking at getting tickets for Nelly because she wanted to go and see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like this. The resale price on a lot of those tickets, or not even the resale. Well, it was resale. Thousands.
Yeah.
And they were restricted view. They were like literally behind the stage.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me cross. Because I think, who is going to buy these tickets for £1,000?
Well, people will.
Are they just going to go to waste? Are they just then tickets?
No, I mean,
just sat there going to waste.
I mean, there will be people that will buy them. They will, because otherwise they wouldn't.
I know, it's just
tout them.
It's my biggest bugbear is trying to buy tickets.
Yeah.
When you really want to go and see someone, and then you can't get the tickets, or they're just too bloody expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know they're artists and they deserve to be paid for that.
And there is a lot of expense in putting on. Well, I don't know.
I mean, 80 quid for a ticket is so expensive, I think. Especially if you're getting like, for us, if it was me and Piers and Nelly going to see something.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. And if you're going somewhere where you would need to stay and then it's getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of the reasons why I do like a festival. Because often you'll pay, I mean, it depends which one, obviously, but, you know, you could pay £200, let's say, which obviously sounds like a lot of money. But if you're thinking it's over three days, potentially, and the number of music groups or people that you see over that weekend is like crazy. And they might, maybe some of them are only playing for like 45 minutes or an hour or something, but you just get such a good mix. That is what I do like about festivals, that you get to see new music. You know, the chances are you're not going to like everybody, but there'll be one or two that you'll be like, you know, I really like them. And you get to see people that you don't, you know, you get to hear new music.
That's why I used to like the Hyde Park things, because they always the tickets for those used to be 60 quid.
Yeah.
And you'd get at least 3 quite big groups.
Yeah.
Now they're like 120 quid. And then there's still nobody particularly.
Yeah, because actually I think, who did I look at?
That was ELO we looked at going to see.
Yeah, I think there's, But we should, like, we should definitely have a look for somebody for like winter time or next year or something. And I would really like to do Brixton again.
Need to keep on it.
We need to keep on it.
Looking.
Yeah.
Keep looking. So let's just do this. Go back to this challenge that I just spent 5 minutes daydreaming about.
Yeah.
We'll let you know how we get on.
Yeah. I think we'll do
a 30-day challenge each, do you think? Yeah,
let's do a 30-day challenge and then we can do like a comparison.
Yeah.
Can't we?
See who
at the end
do you think we'll get any of the same
That's what
songs?
I was just thinking. I mean, I feel like now that if there's that driving one.
Yeah, I won't do that one.
Okay. I'll do that.
I'll do something else.
But yeah, I did wonder if we might have some similar.
Yeah.
That'd be quite fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. Well,
that's making me now. I'm gonna like go home and check my Shazam. Shazam. Maybe get my BBC. Maybe get an app on the.
Yeah, I might look at laptop. That AI.
Have a look at the AI shuffle.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Then.
Thanks
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.